guys, welcome back again to our channel here on Ekwerekwu TV. Now, there's an article I came across that says that more migrants die in the Sahara Desert than on the Mediterranean Sea. I would like to hear your own take on this matter. Do you think that more people die in the Sahara Desert than on the Mediterranean Sea? I don't know. But if you look at it on the other hand, most times people who died on the Mediterranean Sea can be recovered. In as much as their identities cannot be ascertained, they can be recovered. Okay? Because when they die, they are washed ashore. Either, especially in Libya, they are always washed ashore in Libya. And they are given burials and the bodies are recovered. But when people die in the desert, there are places that it is only passage, the people who are passing there. So when something happens there, nobody will be able to go get track of it or recover these people. Sometimes people get lost in the desert, and that will be the end of it too. Both the driver and the passengers will get missing because the desert is like an infinity. It looks like it has no end. It's too large, it's too large for this kind of journey. But sometimes things go wrong and people lose track of where they are going to, and maybe sometimes they run out of fuel, sometimes their car breaks down, sometimes it could be anything at all. So in this case, people die in the desert that are not accounted for. So let us take a look at this very article briefly. I'm not going to take much of your time. They say that the unremarkable death of migrants in the Sahara Desert. Now, if you look here, you're going to see these motors, these big motors that are taking migrants. Now, when you look at these big trucks here, let me show you quickly. When you look at these big trucks, I think in the past, these are the types of trucks that were conveying immigrants across the Sahara Desert. These are the types of trucks that they were using in the past. But as of today, and some few years back, it is the Toyota Hilux that are now preferable because they have realized that these ones can no longer evade the sand, the deep sand in the desert. They now prefer those cars, those small cars, those pickups, with small tires that can easily maneuver, that can easily be pushed. Because these ones are heavier, so it is always heavier to push. And breaking down of these trucks are easier than those small Hilux pickups. Let's quickly take a look at this. No time. Saba. Libya is an oasis town at the northern edge of the Sahara Desert. Libya. To stand at the edge of the town and look southward into the desert toward Niger is forbidden. The sand stretches past infinity. Okay? You will be looking at no end. Alright? And if there is a wind, it lifts the sand to cover the sky. Cars come from the road past the Al-Baraka Mosque into the town. Some of these cars come from Algeria, although the border is often closed, or from Jebel al-Akakus, the mountains that run along the western edge of Libya. Okay? Occasionally, a white Toyota truck filled with men from the Sahel region of Africa and from Western Africa makes its way into Saba. Okay? Now, in case you don't know the meaning of Saba, Saba means hope or promise. That is, when you arrive Saba, that means that you have passed the desert. Now, miraculously, these men have made it across the desert, which is why many of them clamber out of their truck and fall to the ground in desperate prayer. Saba means morning or promise. In Arabic, that is the meaning, which is a fitting word for this town that grips the edge of the massive, growing, and dangerous Sahara. A lot of people have lost their lives in that Sahara Desert. Now, in case you want to travel, know this, bear it in mind that there are two dangerous places that you will cross before you get to Europe. Either you cross the Sahara Desert and you also cross the Mediterranean Sea. These are two death traps. So if you are able to survive both of them and you cross over, good luck. That is Europe for you. Now, in this story, they say for the past decade, the United Nations International Organization for Migration, IOM, has collected data on the deaths of migrants. This Missing Migrant Project publishes its numbers each year. And so this April, it has released its latest figures. They say that for the past 10 years, the IOM says that 64,371 men, women, and children have lost their lives while on the move. Half of them died in the Mediterranean Sea. On average, each year since 2014, 4,000 people have died. However, in 2023, the number rose to 8,000, which means that we had more people dying in 2023, more than in other previous years joined together. So 2023 saw the end of many migrants who were attempting this desert and the Mediterranean Sea crossing. Now, 1 in 3 migrants who flee a conflict zone die on the way to safety. These numbers, however, are grossly deflated, since the IOM simply cannot keep track of what they call irregular migration. For instance, they say the IOM admits some experts believe that more migrants die while crossing the Sahara Desert than in the Mediterranean Sea. Sandstorms and gunmen. Abdel Salam, who runs a small business in the town, pointed out into the distance and said, in that direction is Toumo, the Libyan border town with Niger. He sweeps his hands across the landscape and says that in the region between Niger and Algeria is Salvador's Pass, and it is through that gap that drugs, migrants, and weapons move back and forth, a trade that enriches many of the small towns in the area, such as Ubari. Okay, when you are going through this journey, you are going to be hearing all these names. With the erosion of the Libyan state since the NATO war in 2011, the border is largely porous and dangerous. It was from here that the Al-Qaeda leader Mokhtar Mokhtar moved his troops from northern Mali into the Fezzan region of Libya in 2013. He was said to have been killed in Libya in 2015. It is also the area dominated by the Al-Qaeda cigarette smugglers who cut millions of Albanian-made Cleopatra cigarettes across the Sahara into the Sahel. Mokhtar, for instance, was known as the Marlboro Man for his role in this trade. An occasional Toyota truck makes its way towards the city, but many of them vanish into the desert, a victim of the terrifying sandstorms or of kidnappers and thieves. No one can keep track of these disappearances since no one even knows that they have happened. So a lot of things are happening in the desert. A lot of people have died there, and we are not even aware of how they disappeared. Nobody knows. So, but when it comes to the sea, it is either a fishing boat will see the people on the sea, or Libyan Coast Guard or Maltese Coast Guard, or rescue ships from the Italian side or European side sees these people. And don't forget that also there's a seabed, an aeroplane, a small plane that flies across the Mediterranean Sea to see if there is a immigrant or if there are migrant boats on the Mediterranean Sea. So most likely, the number of immigrants who are on the sea are covered. But when it comes to the desert, there is nobody covering this kind of event. But what you just see is departures, without arrival. And there is nobody on this side of Saba or Niger that keeps tracks of people who have departed to Libya to say, oh, they have arrived this side. Okay, nobody does that. They just move, just no records of anything. So that is why it is considered that more people have lost their lives in the Sahara Desert than on the Mediterranean Sea, because the Mediterranean Sea is, more accurately monitored than the Saharan Desert. Remember that the Saharan Desert is Africa only. But the Mediterranean Sea is Africa versus Europe. So that is just what I wanted you guys to know, that more people have died in the Saharan desert than the Mediterranean Sea. Let me know your opinion on the comment section. Don't forget to share this video and also let others know the risks that you have to face before embarking on this particular journey, because I know that a lot of people today, with the condition of things in Africa and Nigeria, wants to embark on this dangerous journey. Let them bear in mind what they are about to face and make it up, so you know the risks involved. Don't say that nobody has warned you. That's why I keep making videos like this. Okay, thank you very much as you share, and God bless you.